From the EPAWA headquarters in South Allentown, Pennsylvania, it's time for Weather Weeklies, an informative video of the ins and outs of weather that affect you most in the EPAWA coverage area. The following segment is a weekly video blog, and the opinions of the forecaster do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the staff of Eastern PA Weather Authority LLC as a whole, nor its constituents. Without further ado, here is meteorologist Bobby Martrus with Weather Weeklies.
And good Sunday morning to you. Another edition of Weather Weeklies for Sunday, April 12th. We actually skipped the week. It's been 2 weeks since we've done the video, since last week was a holiday, of course, for many. So we'll go back into the long range here and discuss what we see going forward here. We'll start off with the Madden-Julian oscillation. Madden-Julian oscillation is a measure of the convection along the equator in relation to the international dateline. And what this does is, as we explained pretty much all winter long, this really pretty much affects what happens downstream here as far as temperature anomalies that we can expect in our neck of the woods. So right now, this is the latest information from the Climate Prediction Center. Okay, we had right now we're sitting right here in this middle circle right here. This is known as a circle of death. We're kind of sitting right in the middle here of where we're at right now. The center dot of where we're at is right about here, which is right in the middle of this circle of death. And what that means is all these phases and their significance of these phases here really have the means the Madden-Julian oscillation here really has no effect on our weather and our sensible weather. So different phases mean different things. You have phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 here. This time of year, you want, for April anyway, you want a phase 5 and 6, which will give you your warm signal. Right now, we're in the circle of death. Again, no, there's no signal for anything because we're really not, having any effect of the pattern on the based on the Madden-Julian oscillation itself. But it is expected to come out, and sometimes it's hard to see here. But if you can see, the models are having it come out in like phase 1, phase 2. Well, if you look at phase 1, phase 2, these are both cold phases here, as what this equates to. So, this is getting pretty far into max range here. This would be the end of the period into the third week of April, and I do think we're going to have a shot of a cool down of colder than normal temperatures week 3 of this month. So we're going to be warm this entire week. About a week of warmth here. A week to 7, 8 days, and then maybe 9 days, and then we have a week or almost a week of cold. Now, again, in relation to this time of year, we're not talking about cold. We're not talking about snow. We're talking about cold in relation to this time of year. So normal highs are on either side of 60 degrees now. So if you're stuck a couple, like we were this past week, we had a couple days in the 40s to near 50. I could see that happening in that week. So we'll get into this right now. This is what the long range anomalies are looking right now. First of all, this is just this week, and this is, you can see what's going on here. You're going to have a huge ridge over the eastern United States, and that ridge is allowing for these warm temperatures here. These yellows, oranges here, these are all above normal temperatures in relation to, or actually they're above normal heights. We're looking at heights here, but that equates to the temperatures of the surface as well. We also have a trough out west here, a cutoff low that's going to be forming here in the southwestern United States. We'll get into that in a minute. That's going to affect our weather here in the upcoming week as well. And this is going to basically cut off from the flow here and send impulses toward us as we get through the week here. But right now we're in this really warm regime here, and I think by the end of the period, we're going to stay in most of this period. We're going to stay at least at or above normal. Again, normal highs for the time of year 60 or plus or minus. So it'll still be very, very nice temperature-wise for this time of year. We'll have spring temperatures. I don't think this is a year where you're going right from winter to summer like many have speculated. This is not going to happen. I think we're going to have, we're going to actually have a spring this year. It looks like we're definitely going to have it this next week to 10 days. Here's the cutoff low that I was talking about. This is look at the upper air vorticity, and this is going to set, you can clearly find the cutoff low sitting right here. It's going to actually cut off here in the southwestern United States. What we mean by cutoff low, I should say, you have your northern stream is right here. I'm just drawing it for you. Here's your northern jet stream. Your southern jet stream is like this. Okay, here's just kind of like that. So this thing kind of gets cut off. It's not running along anything here. I'm sorry, I'm drawing something completely different here. Here's your northern stream. Let me try this again. Your southern stream is like this. I don't know why I drew that dip there. The whole idea here is this gets cut off from the flow here, and and it can't go anywhere. So it's very slow to move out. It's very slow to eject. In the meantime, if you see from this, it's associated with this cutoff low, you get these little bits and pieces of energy that are going to rotate through that are going to be in association with it. So I do think we're going to have a situation where we're going to have a cold front come through on Tuesday. That'll be your first thing. This will be a very early Tuesday morning. Many of you won't even see any rain out of it if you're waking, unless you get up really early Tuesday morning. This might be done by 6 a.m. in most places, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's already done, but then it becomes mostly sunny after that. So, and the same thing for Wednesday. Wednesday, we're looking at mostly sunny again. So we're talking temperatures are going to be very nice this week to begin with, even though it's behind this front here. It'll be a little cooler compared to what it will be on Monday. Monday, of course, is going to be in the 70s across much of our coverage area. This high pressure moves in behind this Tuesday and clears us out pretty quickly for the rest of Tuesday into Wednesday. But then you have these little impulses coming in, just going to result in these persistent showers. If you go back to this image here, we show these this little bit of energy that's kind of associated with both the southern stream and this cutoff low, shooting these impulses towards us, and that's the first one of which is going to be in the Friday-Saturday time frame. Not a ton of precipitation here, even though precipitable water values are pretty high. Not a lot of moisture content, not a lot of moisture falling, so it's going to be like one of those persistent light showers, just pesky clouds hanging around and miserable for a couple days. This is in the Friday-Saturday time frame. Low pressure will eventually form off the coast here, and then it'll move off to northeast, and Sunday should be okay. And then you got another one that's going to be coming in the Monday-Tuesday time frame. Same deal. This is where your cutoff low actually starts kicking out, and then you have just rain showers across our area here associated with that, with the warm front. Again, this is going to be one of those deals where it's going to just be persistently just hanging around for a couple days and not wanting to go away. The big deal here, though, is aside from those showers here, is we're going to be watching again for the end of the long range. So it's getting into Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. It looks like another cutoff low once this situates itself down here near the Baja of California. But here's the problem I'm seeing here next week is you got a big dip in the jet stream here, which will allow some colder air to come in for week 3. This is week 3 of April. Meaning the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. So I can see that being a very cool period. But one thing we're noticing about this is it doesn't look like it's going to be lasting for like a week at a time. This might be a 3 to 4 day type deal where you're actually colder than normal for 3 or 4 days. But then we go back into the above normal again. So I think beyond that, as you get close to the very end of the April, the very last couple days of April into early May, I think we're going to get into some really, really warm weather. At least that's the way it's looking. And so far, everything is holding true to our spring outlook again. So we expected April to end up below normal as a whole, even though we're getting some warmth right now. If you take the composite for the entire month, I think we're going to end up below normal temperatures here again in April, but only slightly. And we get into May, we expected it to turn pretty quickly and get into some very much above normal temperatures. And it does look like the things we're looking at right now does look like that's on track. As we get into early May, we're going to be warming up pretty nicely. And we're talking about normal highs at this time of year in the mid-70s at that point. So you're talking about you could have some 80s early on, some early warmth coming into May. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. One thing we're going to talk about, though, is we do have a new theme on the website. If you've been on our website, obviously you're watching this video. We have a new theme that is very user-friendly, very mobile responsive, and everybody loves the new outlook and the new layout. It's a lot easier to navigate. We also have, what maybe people don't know, is a weather forum. It's a new weather forum. This is part of our premium program, our premium package, and if you want to subscribe for it, sign up for the weather forum, you can do so under the My Pocket Meteorologist link on the homepage or below this video. It'll take you right to the payment options to become a premium member and participate in our forum. And we also have a couple new private business clients to announce. Of course, you've seen this if you've been following the Facebook page recently. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs is our latest private business client that we provide personal forecast to them directly, but also for the public. And we're going to be doing the same thing for Reading. Reading is going to be starting their home games again on the I believe the 17th of this week. We always have the year-round Arts Quest activities, including everything with Levitt Pavilion, and the Steel Stacks will be starting in May. And all the Thursday to Sunday shows. And here is we have an energy company, United Metro Energy, we provide private client services for as well. So if you're interested in any of our private services, we are a private business. We do provide specialized, tailored weather forecasts for businesses and events. please give us a shout. info@epawaweather.com. Again, that's info@epawaweather.com, and we'll give you all the information you need as far as getting both pricing and options for what we do in the private forecasting sector. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook, actually your edition for Weather Weeklies for April 12, 2015. We'll see you next Sunday.